Oh. Okay, now we're gonna. Ryan, what's up, man? All right.
This is what the greatest thing about sports is. You play to win the game.
Inch by inch, play by play, till we're finished.
This is Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast.
X about.
No, Chris G,
My homie,
and the Rucker Report.
my family, what up?
They for real.
All straight with me, sir.
Let the games begin.
Let's go. Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast.
Yo. Welcome. Okay, that's my other beat there. Oh, y'all ain't know that I was a producer, huh? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hold on, let me catch that beat though. I said the 6 million ways. Welcome again to another edition of the podcast. I'm your boy, Private Jet.
Yo, man, it's your boy Chris G, man. Goodness gracious.
And it's your boy, the Ruck Report. Cheers.
Hey, man. I just want to say I apologize for being late. I would have been here earlier. However, I had to stop in LA. I talked to Brian real quick, and he was like, "Yo, can we real quick?" So I was like, "Damn, Brian, I got a show tonight." So I took the private jet out there. Then I came back. You know what I mean? It was to stop in Texas real quick. I had to see Mark Cuban, shit like that. Ryan used to there, Ryan asked me to do something. So then I seen this chick, man. I said, with your bitch ass titties. I was like, come on, man. It was crazy, man. It was crazy. Listen. I'm sorry. I would have been off the jet, but then my ride didn't come. So I was like, listen, I'm not going to delay the show no more. I'm not going to delay the show no more. So, but before we start, we definitely want to thank our sponsor, man. 94.3 WIBC.
The rhythm of the city.
There we go. Like I said, man, I feel a little different right now, man. I'm in my bag right now, man. Listen, man, I don't got time for broke people, man. Me, Ruck, and Chris, man, we just came up on something, man. Man. I ain't got time for people, man.
Well, yo, out of all of the bullshit you spitting right now, that was the one true part of the story right there. That was the one true part of the story.
Listen,
He is in his bag. In his bag.
Listen, again, I'm on my private jet. I usually don't do this, but I didn't want to delay the show, so I said, hold on, let me just do the show real quick. That mic and just do my thing, man. But fellas, how y'all doing, though? Don't worry about me though. About me, I'll be all right, yo. I'll be all right.
Me at the clip for, huh?
Listen, I had to eat, because I don't like red meat, so they offered me some filet mignon. I said, I guess I'll take it. It is what it is. Him hating, he said, come up on them silly shade. Listen, man, you broke. You don't know about Ray-Bans, baby. You don't know about Ray-Bans. You know what I'm saying? You don't know about Ray-Bans. It's okay. It's okay, man. Private Jet Quack, man. That's my new name, man. But enough about me, though. Enough about me, man.
Keep going. Keep going.
Listen. Going. Okay? It's not about this jet right here that I'm driving, wheeling and dealing, high flying.
Driving the jet now. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, me and Ric Flair, I'm going to pick him up later, wheeling and dealing, jet flying, so that's how it go, man. But listen, DSTM definitely, we definitely coming up, man. So listen, Ruck is actually his man. Actually closed tonight, man. So.
Hey, yo, Chris.
Oh, good,
he having a hard time keeping them gators down, huh?
Oh, he having a hard time. He having a real hard time.
Listen, man. It's that I had AC on today. It was getting a little hot in here. But I said, fuck it. Let's do it. But again, enough about me. I just want to jump into it. Speaking of people, man, Bubba Wallace, our driver. I know that the FBI got involved in his case. I know that the FBI was saying that they didn't find anything that was of suspicion that rope, which was in the noose, was actually a rope that has been there for a long time.
Hold on. Run that back again. Say that one more time.
Bubba Wallace.
Yeah.
I was saying how a noose wasn't there. That rope been there for a while.
How a noose? You said the FBI said a noose wasn't there?
Yeah. They wasn't a noose.
They didn't say that.
What they say?
They didn't say that. They said that it was a noose. They just said that there was no evidence that it had just recently been put there, that it could have been there for up to a year.
Oh, okay.
They said it was a noose. They said it was fashioned in the way of the noose. Listen, I don't never like giving the boys any credit, but I don't want people discrediting us, saying, see, they ain't even telling the story right. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to make sure.
Good job.
You know
see, because when y'all say something that's not wrong, I'm not gonna leave y'all hanging like y'all left me hanging when I was a little.
Don't even say that. I told you that.
All right, so they said that it was there for a year. What's your take?
It could have been there for up to a year.
I don't know how they realized, whatever. But now, do you think that this is a big deal? Do you think that because some people were saying that it's like a Jesse Smollett type of situation?
Oh, stop it!
Right.
Not Bubba.
But that's why I bring it to you guys, man, because you guys are artists, because you guys know, man. You guys know. I'm gonna start with you, Chris.
Freedom fighter.
Yeah, right.
Freedom fighter.
No, true. Process. So, what do you think about it, Ruck? What you think about this whole situation, man?
I really didn't like the FBI's report. I mean, for them to come back and say that it was something that was fashioned in the shape of a noose, it could have been there for up to a year, even though it was just found. It's still a problem. It's still something that kind of warrants an investigation of some sort. But I do have to say, even with that, I still was very happy with everything that NASCAR has done over the past week. And that show of support that Bubba got in that pre-race event was unbelievable. And if anybody got it right off top, it seems like, and I don't know what y'all feel, but NASCAR got it right immediately. So I don't have anything negative to say about it. I think that was a really, really powerful show of solidarity for Bubba. And can't wait to see what's next, man. Yeah, black people like driving cars fast. We do.
Yeah, yeah. It's one of those situations where look, I was happy to see NASCAR, take a stand again. We talked about it a while ago. But it was also pretty dope that a lot of things are starting to get acknowledged. That in New Haven, they took down the Christopher Columbus issue, and people went fucking crazy. Also, when you got people who are against oppression, and you got people who are saying, "Listen, I'm not standing for it no more." A lot of people who are so used to oppression, they take it as, well, you've been going through this for so long, then why not just continue to go through it, because we're not that important, right? So for NASCAR to take a stand and say, "Oh, this is what we're going to do. We're going to make sure you're comfortable," and again, for them to come behind him, that's huge. That's huge, because NASCAR definitely those situations where, again, Chris and I, we talked about it. A lot of black people didn't really go to a lot of races. Some went. I was saying, for me, feel invited, but shout out to Chris Del Greco. He said, "Listen, you guys are invited anytime." He said he gonna get us some passes so we can, be with the pit crew and all that. So that was so dope. But just to see the way sports is just to see the way saying, "Hey, we're gonna move in this direction instead of this direction." We're gonna fight the norms. I think it's so dope. Again, and for Bubba Wallace to deal with what he's dealing with in a sport like that, being who he is. That is very tough. Chris, man, what's your thoughts on the whole situation here, brother?
My thoughts on the whole situation with Bubba Wallace, huh?
Yes, sir.
I mean, y'all keeping it positive, and I hate to be a Debbie Downer.
Oh, don't
so positive.
Talk your ish, Chris.
But yo, I didn't like it. I like the way NASCAR handled it. I thought they did a phenomenal job. But what happened was, as soon as a report was put out that, yes, it was a news, but it wasn't directed towards Bubba Wallace.
Right.
Or they had no evidence that had recently been placed there. Then I start seeing a whole bunch of people saying, "Yo, you need to apologize to white people." Then I start seeing the Justice Smollett 2.0 and Kurt Schilling's coming out and talking about how Bubba Wallace ain't nothing but another Justice Smollett. I got Will Kane on ESPN talking about how NASCAR got it all wrong and they were so quick to try to jump out ahead of it, and now they stained everything.
Will Cocaine will say that. Of course, Will Cocaine will say that. But go ahead, Chris. I'm sorry.
But that's the point where I said, see, if I take the FBI standpoint at face value, that it was something fashioned as a news and it wasn't necessarily put out there for or against Bubba Wallace. If it had been there that long, then there was no way they could have known that it was his car that was going to be in there the next year, or whatever the case may be. Right. Or maybe somebody just fashioned it in the way of a news when it was white people in there and they just forgot to undo it and nobody ever went back to it, and whatever. You know what I mean? If that is the case, then I wish the story wouldn't have came out, because with the story coming out and then all the information coming in after the story, then I felt like Bubba Wallace caught an unnecessary bad rap. First of all, you can't compare him to Justice Smollett because Bubba ain't even find it. Bubba was not the one to come forward and say, "I found a nuke." No, somebody that works in Bubba's crew found it and went directly to NASCAR. So even if the whole thing was a lie, Bubba didn't even Bubba was just told this by people in his crew in NASCAR. That's who told Bubba about this. And then he caught unnecessary flack, or I guess, I don't know. I don't understand the group of people that felt wronged by this, but there was a large group of people that felt wrong. It's like, yo, fam, if you ain't do the news, what the F you mad at? You mad because NASCAR got up and took a stand and said, "Yo, if we ever do find some stuff like this, we coming for you." That's what you mad at?
Yes.
I really do feel like I can't remember who just said it because it went by real fast. But yo, I feel like the media took a hold of it, And it started to go in a direction. And it's not that I was mad with the direction that the media was going, because it was great news for the media. But then when it came out to be not what they thought it was, it just made more fuel for the white people who had a problem with the Confederate flags being gone, with NASCAR trying to be aggressive against racism, to kind of stand up and be like, see, it was good the way it was before. You ain't have to worry about this. And it was like, no, it wasn't good the way it was before. It really wasn't. And again, I feel like Bubba just got an unfair, even though it was ludicrous and it for the most part got shut down. People are not really listening to the people who felt that way. But I just felt like Bubba got some heat on him that was not deserved. It just wasn't deserved. It was people who took a part of the story as soon as it dropped. I mean, literally as soon as it dropped on SportsCenter, I see people under SportsCenter on Instagram talking about we need an apology, this is Justice Smollett, all of that stuff, and your fam. Nah, man, I don't like no real brothers being compared to Justice Smollett, man. Okay, I don't like that.
Juicy Smollett.
I don't like that. You know what I mean? Because that story.
Don't start that.
Exactly. Because like we said before on the show, when we first heard the story, we was like, that story sounds kind of wild.
Yeah.
Real wild.
You know what I mean? So for them to try to equate that with what happened with Bubba Wallace, I'm just not for. And I just don't like the press and the people like I said, the people like Kurt Schillings and Will King, who basically, I don't know, trying to come to racist white people's defense.
Yes.
I don't know. Like, I don't understand it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like no, NASCAR handled it perfectly. They handled the situation perfectly. And if anything, this was the best case scenario. Oh, thank God. Nobody did it to Bubba. It just happened to be there. But we let you guys know, if we find something like this, heads is going to roll. And I'm cool with that.
No, they're mad because they are that NASCAR is not going to take this. A lot of people who watch NASCAR, they are definitely, again, I don't know percentage, but a high number of them probably don't like black people or minorities. I'm going to say that. And also a lot of media, they love this. They love this because, again, it's selling. You put people, so now you got a good story. So now you got, like you said, a Kurt Schillings and a Will Cocaines coming out, and now they're like, you owe us an apology. Why should I give you an apology for something that was done to me? And that's the problem. Again, this is where people keep saying, sports should be sports. We need to leave politics here and church religion here, and it should only be sports. But it's only sports when it benefits you. And that's what I've been saying for a long time. I say, people keep saying, well, we need to just look at, how we stress this. And if somebody want to protest, then that's cool. You should be able to protest after or before the game, but not during my time. Again, when you talk about a protest, when you're talking about things that are going on, it's not comfortable. It's not supposed to be comfortable. That's the point, to bring awareness. It's to bring awareness because something needs to happen and something needs to change. But what's happening is we are calling a lot of people out. We saying, no, this is not stopping. And people don't like that we're being consistent because, in the past, it'll be a 2 or 3 day thing and then it's over. But people are tired. So if you're going to tell me, then, hey, you need to keep sports and this separate, then we need to do that by saying, well, then there should be black presidents, black GMs, minority, owners. It should be this if you're going to talk about equality, but it's not equal. And these things are trickling onto the field, onto the playing arenas, because you have a lot of ignorant, racist people who want it their way, and that's it. It's funny how you can root for a black person, minority person from Friday night games up until Sunday night, right? You can root for them all then. But as soon as they say, yo, this ain't right. Oh, no. I ain't asked you for your opinion, brother. I just need you to play. I just need you to make sure that my team wins and I'm happy. Okay, but you could be happy, but I can't. So when people keep saying, well, keep this separate, no, because you know why we can't keep it separate? Because these same owners, they support the president. They they lobby a lot of people, and these people who own these teams, they get what they want because guess what? These lobbyists make sure that they get what they want. And these things affect who? Minority people. So when you can keep that separate, then we can keep that separate from the sports arena. But until then, we're not going to keep it separate because it's not going to be separate outside of the arena when these players leave. That's what I got to say, man. That's what I'm saying. So,
Ruck?
Yeah, Ruck. I just had to get that off my chest, man. I just had to get that off.
Ain't nothing else to say. Just raise your fist.
I'll say, Bomani Jones need to get more credit.
Yes,
Bomani Jones went on Will Cain's show and really just read him a whole new life about why NASCAR did the right thing. And he said, when the people got the story, when we all got the story, he said, that's what it seemed like. It seemed like somebody put a news in Bubba, and we've seen the pictures. You've all seen the pictures. It was definitely the news. We've all seen the pictures, and everybody. And what Bomani was trying to make the point of was when it came out, that's what we saw, and it needed to be taken serious the way NASCAR did it. And he said, "Will, your problem is that you think that white people deserve the benefit of the doubt on things like this, when in the history of America shows you do not deserve the benefit of the doubt. That we should immediately think that something racist was going on in a situation like this." So, Larry know what I'm talking about.
Bomani killed him.
Bomani murdered him. Just murdered him. It was a lovely sight. It was a lovely sight.
But the crazy thing about it that again just shows you who Will Cain and Kershaw and are. I mean, you got to look at the events that happened up to that, right? So remember, prior to the noose being found, remember it was the person that was flying over Daytona with the flag, Confederate flag that said defund NASCAR.
Yes,
right. And are we supposed to take it as a coincidence that the next thing happens is that the person that is the most outstanding, that is in the face of NASCAR, that has the support of NASCAR, that's spoken about the flag, finds a noose? Listen,
he didn't even find it.
He didn't even find it, but it's a noose in his trailer, right? I went to Catholic school for a reason. 1 + 1 = 2.
Right.
You know what I mean? So again, Will Cain, again, on his face is just one of the most idiotic sportscasters that we have. Agreed. Period. So,
the problem with Will Cain. The problem with Will Cain is he's very smart.
Yes.
He's very smart. So, when he makes these points like this, he fashions them, and he's a very, I'm going to use the word they use about us. He's a very elegant talker. You know what I mean? He can really put his words together. You see what I'm saying? He's very well spoken. There you go. That's the one they use. Very well spoken. He can fashion it in a way that can manipulate. Go ahead, bro.
No. I was gonna agree with that and just say, if you ever want to see Will Cain on a show get riled up, right? I mean, become completely emotional. Just tune in when there's an African American sportscaster that is just as eloquent a talker as he. When he sits down with Bomani, I've seen him, and even if we want to take it back just another level, and it's no knock, but I've even seen him get so emotional with Chris Carter and Brian Westbrook. You know what I'm saying? So, Will Cain is
don't forget my boy Max Kellerman. Don't forget my boy Max Kellerman. Max Kellerman, Max Kellerman he rides. Max Kellerman be having Will Cain all flustered.
You know why? Because he know Max got picked in the delegation draft. He know we drafted Max, so he is upset. But it is what it is. Anybody like again, Larry just said when Foxworth is on, Foxworth kind of, But Dominique Foxworth is a very intelligent speaker. But the only person that I've ever seen Will Kane really acquiesce to, because I think he's just scared of him, is Ryan Clark. When Ryan Clark is on him, oh, you like that. That was for Will Kane. But when Ryan Clark is on, Will Kane, shut up. Easy.
Yo, because Ryan Clark always looked like he about to bully somebody, right? So
Exactly.
Will Kane, again, I said, Will is a very smart guy. Will is very smart. He's going to pick his battle.
Right. You know what I mean? But again, anytime. So now I'm going to shift gears, right? At the Christopher Columbus statue taken down or, demolished, when it was taken down, people on Worcester Square got upset and they were saying some hateful things, right? So you got to do, Los Fidel, shouts out to him. He would stop it. Somebody sucker punched him. He fought back and they said, oh, look. Now News Weekly picked it up and say, oh, he attacks. What they say? They said leftist attacks an old man, right? It's always the benefit of the doubt. Like, oh, well, come on. Well, he shouldn't have been beating up that old man. Like, yo, listen, man. Like, why should we apologize for getting assaulted? Why should we apologize for things that we want to be right? And that's why when people are getting so upset, people like I'm in 49er groups, like people like I had to like stop talking to because as the 49ers, they got this big old sign that says Black Lives Matter. And this dude say, I love the Niners, but now, this is going too far now. This is going too far. A lot of people that say all lives definitely usually are the ones that say a lot of ignorant stuff. And the first thing he says, listen. I mean, I'm not prejudiced. And here's the three statements. I'm not racist at all. Okay. I just believe all lives matter. Hey, matter of fact, I got some black friends. Okay.
No. They don't do it like this. They say, no. Listen, I got 5 black friends.
Yes. I got 5 black friends. Okay. And
one of them call them right now.
And only one is allowed in my house. But I tell you what, he can stay 2 hours and it's great. Okay. But this is the mentality that is being portrayed in sports. Like when I don't even want to say her name. I don't care about her name. But when she said to LeBron, "Shut up and dribble," again,
don't you do it. I know where you was about to go.
What? What's up? What? I don't know.
I said, don't you do it. I know where you about to go. Yo, let me tell you something. I gotta give my boy. No. Hold on. I'm gonna get you. I gotta give my boy Andrew Schultz props for this because him and Charlemagne the guy who I hate to give props to, but yo, they made a valid point when they were talking about the Dave Chappelle stand up.
Oh, I didn't even get on
about when you say people's names like those people's names. The one that start with the L, LG, and then the other one, the black one that might have some pussy.
Uncle Ruckus' daughter.
When you say their names, you give them power.
Right. I'm not saying their names.
Right. Uncle Ruckus' daughter. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You got it. And I've been saying that about people like the Tommy character, Tommy such and such. Yo, when you say their names, they only out to be piranhas. All right. Yes. They whatever happens, they just want to be the first one to say something that is going to spark outrage. And that's just putting money in their pocket.
Yes,
so
it is.
From this day forward, I'm not saying them people names because that's what you want anyway. Because you know everybody's gonna be outraged when they say something that's outlandish and crazy and it's gonna make news. But who benefits from that? I mean, we don't benefit from it from tearing them down for they're ignorant. The only people that benefit from it is them. Because the people who ride with them, it just makes them want to ride with them more. So, you know what? No. No free press. No free press.
Also, speaking of free press,
know what? I will make my bone on embarrassing and talking about the likes of Ryan Tannehill and Matt Ryan. Good folks. Good folks. I mean, they suck, but good folks.
Listen, speaking of publicity, I want to say check out something like that podcast. Me and my lady Myra, we did a dope podcast. It's titled "The Only Christopher We Acknowledge Is Wallace," and it talks about what happened. We talking about a lot of this stuff. We got
Should have been me.
what do you say, Chris? Oh, he was talking to somebody else. So yeah, but we're gonna keep talking about that.
The only Christopher should knowledge should be gay. Chris gay.
Biggie Smalls is my dude, though. You know what I mean? Biggie Smalls is my dude. So we gotta, you know what I mean? But
you never met Biggie Smalls. You know me, nigga.
You know what? I'm gonna have to remove this nigga real quick, man, because he wilding. He wilding right now. He wilding right now. Get this nigga out of here. I'm gonna you gotta chill out, man. Listen, man, you gotta chill out. All right.
Yo, man, you can't be putting him more punishment. All
right, he back. He's working over here. NBA, we got some players that are like, listen, I'm not playing. I'm good. I know we talked about this a while back. Talking about when the season comes back, but now we got a word that players are like, listen, I don't even want to play right now. Chris, I want to start with you. What's your take on a lot of players like I'm not playing? NBA handling the whole coronavirus. Now we see a lot of players who have been tested positive for coronavirus. How do you think it will affect the season at this point?
Well, I don't think it's going to affect the season. Actually, I mean, I think all of the big stars are playing. You know what I mean, and not to make little of the players who won't be participating, but the stars. We all know who the stars are. They're all playing. So you got to let
Denver.
Whatever you feel. What happened?
I said, sucks for Denver though.
Yeah.
Well, I know Jokic is trying to get over here though. Even though he tested positive, he's trying to get over here. He's trying to play. He don't not want to play.
Right.
Go that away.
But I think some of the cases, I think with Avery Bradley, his son has got an immune deficiency or something like that, or his immune system is compromised. So I understand it. Don't play. Your family is way more important.
Absolutely.
I know Trevor Reeves, on the other hand, though, he going through a crazy custody battle with his baby mom, and so she kind of arranged it where the only time he can have visitation is while he's in the bubble. So he was like, you know what? I ain't gonna let you do that. So I just won't go to the bubble, so you can't even pull that. So
that's tough.
So every situation is different, man. Right, that's tough. Every situation is different. Everybody's got to do what they got to do for themselves and their family. So if you don't want to play, that's fine. If you want to play, that's fine. I don't hold nothing against them, brother.
How about you, Rock, man? What do you say about this situation?
I agree 100% with Chris. It is what it is. There are enough players, star power players, that will be there and be present, that the NBA can continue to push on. It's sad that a lot of the players that are testing positive, like Joker, haven't, no pun intended, haven't really taken it as serious as he should have, because he was one that they suspected got it from Djokovic, the tennis player.
Oh shit!
So they were at a celebrity event together, and he was the one. The tennis player was the one that came out and said that he tested positive, and then that tempted Joker to get tested, and he presented positive. And again, people they're still taking Corona very seriously, like it's over. Like COVID is not over. But again, like Chris said, I think it's enough there that the NBA will be able to make this work. I think it will be exciting. Just can't wait to see the product and what it is. But it's the league, man.
Yeah, man, I agree, man. I think that, if players are, saying, hey, I want to sit out, I don't want to play, I think that that's fine. I think that, player safety and health for your family is more important right now. I think that, again, people look at it as just play, you'll be fine, everything will be all right. But again, we still gotta respect these players' health because if we want a season for next season, we gotta make sure that they are okay right now. Especially if they were to say, "Hey, we stop at the season," and there'll be no more basketball season, I'll be fine with that. Because again, it's all about safety. We got July's, again, to have an NBA game after June 30th seems crazy. So that's fine because if you're talking about playoffs, it's going to go for a long time because you got almost August, September, and then they back end of October, November. So, they're
going to be back in December, hopefully now.
So, so I'm okay with there being no NBA season. Again, it's
they already okay that coming back after Christmas.
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
Good. You know what I mean? So again, if they Raymond Bennett, shouts out to Raymond Bennett. He said they should cancel all sports this season. I'll be fine with it. Again, it's all about player safety and making sure that people and families are safe. Now, speaking of keeping it safe,
hold on.
Go ahead.
Hold on. Raymond, you right. They should cancel all sports, but it's all about the dollar.
It's all about.
They not about to lose all them dollars. They just not.
Yeah.
I agree. You know what? This is a serious. I think other countries have taken COVID-19 very serious, and it hasn't been a political divide. Where for us, in the United States, whether or not you believe in how serious COVID-19 is, could be a party line. Could be whether you're a Republican or a Democrat, depending on how much you believe in it. So I think that has put a stranglehold on how serious some people have taken it. You got to remember, we're a capitalistic society over here in the United States. These billionaires, I think it was the Astros, if I'm not mistaken, the Astros owner yesterday came out when Texas is going through a spike because Texas didn't take it serious.
No, they didn't.
They don't, hey, we're in Texas. We don't do that Democratic stuff down here.
Everything.
So now Texas is on the rise with COVID-19, running out of hospital space in Houston and in Dallas at the ER, running out of hospital space. And the Astros owner said, "I don't care. The only way I'm gonna make my money back is if we get fans in the seats and we sell merchandise and I sell them some cold beer." That's what this billionaire said when Texas is going through one of the biggest spikes in the United States right now with the COVID-19. That's how much these owners, because he the one who said it, but I'm pretty sure the other ones, there's other owners who feel like that.
Everybody is on that too. I mean, just think of it like this. If you're talking about pure numbers, right? Since June 21st, right? Which is only we're June 26th right now, so that's 5 days previous. They said they totaled the numbers up 4,040. I think it was 4,200 new cases since then, just in Texas alone. So again, people not taking
6,000 in California.
Texas, California, Florida. Those are all three states that are on the verge of being shut down again. And the only reason Florida will probably be the last is because of the NBA. You know what I'm saying? And just take it like this. When you have the NFL saying now that one of the measures that they're going to take is the first 6 to 8 rows in every stadium are going to be tarped off. Nobody can sit there.
But guess what? They're going to replace it with, though.
Yeah, listen, I know. They go
Advertisement.
Exactly. They're going to figure out a way. What baseball already talking about their 60-game season and what they're going to do to keep the fans and all that stuff. Like, listen, people, just like Chris said, and just like we all know, the dollar is the driving force behind everything. So whatever these owners can do, whatever these franchises can do to make money, they are going to make money. Listen, backtracking a little bit, if you think NASCAR's responses weren't driven by the potential to make more money, you're losing your mind.
Right. Yeah.
Get right. Get right.
And this is definitely a perfect situation because, again, now we got people who want to, sponsor us more because we're for the cause. We want to look good. yada yada yada. Listen, we understand this is all a ploy. Like rest in peace. Dick Gregory said this is all a game. This is all a game, man. It's all like we know what's up. They trying to recoup their funds, so they're going to make it as safe as possible. But in the meantime, they're gonna say, hey, we like your niggers too, but just keep that Black Lives Matter down a little bit. Just keep it down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when me and Ruck gonna say, how about this Black life? That Black life matter.
How about that Black life over there?
You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're gonna say. But we already know what it's about. But I do want to switch gears real quick because when you're talking about player safety, Morehouse, again, I want to shout out to Chris who told me about this and I read up on it for their football season. They were like, you know what, we're good, you know what I mean, and we're gonna shut down cross country. Again, are they one of the top elite football programs? No, but again, it's still saying something because they care about the safety of their players. Now, and their reason was right, and their reason was, we travel to different places, so we want to make sure that our players are safe, and we don't know who's got it and who don't got it, so we're going to keep our players safe. We're going to wait till next year, and we're good. How do you guys like this decision by Morehouse? Being one of the first scholarship programs to say, "Hey, we're good."
I like it. I like it because it's a bold move. It's a stand. I do, and Stephen A. made mention of this today too, when he talked about that he sees this as a sign to come, and I do too. Unfortunately, I see this as a sign to come only for HBCUs, because with the Power 5 schools, there's just too much money for them to totally or act like they care that much. But again, the funny thing about it is the Power 5 schools, and none of those guys will follow suit to what Morehouse has done, but you see their numbers in cases rising at Clemson, Alabama, at LSU. So, I mean, it's a bold move. I really think that this is only going to hit lower division football and that the big boys are still trying to play. But I think it's a smart move. I
just want to say, that, and it pains me to say this, but Ohio State was even trying to get parents of kids that are scholarship football players to sign waivers that if they get sick with COVID-19, that Ohio State is not responsible for them getting sick. So, I mean,
that's crazy.
Y'all know how I feel about OH, but
that's crazy.
You can only imagine that's one of many schools who are trying to find legal avenues to get out of Dodge if somebody gets sick and hopefully, let's knock on wood that nobody dies, but that they can get out of Dodge with that, but that they can also still use them to make the money that they need, for their university. So it's a really, really slippery slope. That's why I agree with Raymond. They should cancel. But I know the money in the United States of America is number one all the time, every time. So they're not going to jeopardize money for kids that they use as free labor anyway. They just not going to jeopardize. There's already a huge disconnect of how they look at players just in general. So them saying that we care about their safety, care about their safety, you don't even want to pay them for their services. Hell, you give a fuck about their safety for? So
talk about it.
You know what? And
hey, yo, quick, real quick.
What's up?
I'm glad you made it. I'm glad you made it home.
It was tough. Man, I had to hurry up and rush.
We appreciate you.
Yeah,
we know that was you.
I had to hurry up. I had parked the jet outside in the field, ran in real quick. I hope I didn't cause the disturbance, but really hope I didn't. Again, it's not about me; it's about y'all. But I am home. Thank you, Rob, for acknowledging that. Speaking of players, like Raymond Bennett said, 26 Clemson players have the virus. You know what I'm saying? Alabama, they said 5 players had the virus. If they can count past 6, it probably will be more. But again, you see these players,
I like that one.
Positive for COVID-19. And like Chris said, oh, well, hey, sign this waiver because if something happened, then, we just don't want to get sued. But hey, you know what? You are not liable, and so are we. But again, if you want to play, you can. If not, then we might have to give it to someone else who really wants to play. I'm just saying. And that's how they treat these players. But I'm glad that Morehouse is like, listen, we are good. I know, Hamilton talking about my hairline, hating.
And boom.
Hey.
And boom.
Hey. So I hope that the presidents of these schools, when they say this word, student athletes, they consider that these are students first and athletes second. But they're going to be on the whole shenanigans with it. Say, well, it is a risk to anything we do nowadays, being that it's COVID. So, if you want to sign this, it's at your own, will. We're not making you sign it, but I'm just saying.
Hey, pay them hazard pay.
Right.
Give them hazard pay.
Yeah.
We want you to play. Might get sick. Hazard pay.
Chris.
We want our product out there, and we're going to compensate you for being out there. How about that?
Hey, Chris.
Catch me outside. How about that?
Chris, being that I own a private jet like these presidents and like these owners, why would I pay a student athlete? Okay. You're a student first. Okay. You're an athlete second. You should be.
How can you be a student though? How can you be a student if you're probably not going to be allowed on campus?
Well, they're not even allowing some students back on campus. So obviously I'm not a student first. I'm a motherfucking athlete. So since I'm an athlete, give me my goddamn hazard pay.
Yeah.
Well, listen. Since you guys are athletes and will become professionals, hopefully. But again, you're getting a free education. You're getting room and board.
How do you get a free education?
We are
class and service. Hey Dabo, reach into them pockets. You don't have to take from yours. Hey Dabo, you love the kids so much. They like you all your little sons and shit. So reach into that deep $10 million a year pocket. Hey, listen, don't worry about it. I'll make sure everybody's good. You got it, right?
Let me tell you something, Chris. If I got to go into my pockets and these players get played, I'm done coaching, okay? Because this is ludicrous. All right? So I'm just saying, if
ludicrous because it got to come out your pocket.
You know what I got to say to Dabo?
What's that?
The only thing I got to say to Dabo is niggas lose money every day, B.
Every day.
Hey, Chris, let me just say this, okay?
Tough, right?
Let me just say this, speaking as Dabo, okay? If I have to pay a player, you can bet your goddamn ass I will be gone to another institution where I can make millions more dollars, okay? But I tell you what, I'm not going to stop getting paid, because you guys should be getting paid free. Did you hear what I said? You guys should be getting paid free to goddamn play football because we all love this game, okay?
What?
You see how dumb that sounds? That's how they sound when they be saying this dumb shit. That's how they sound.
You definitely sounded like that because remember he still slept with his mama until how old?
I said 12.
Okay. All right. Okay.
And then the first thing they say is, "You don't get your big stinking butt out this bad boy."
But
getting your own damn bed.
But here's what they say though. You know what? If it was me, I'll play the game for free because I love it that much. Okay, you wouldn't be able to pay me a dime. So he said, and then somebody stand up and say, "Hey, Dabble, would you be able to coach for free?" Okay, now that's where we draw the line. God damn it. Okay, because I'm away from my family. Okay,
so, the only coaches who say that, the only coaches who say, "Oh, I would play for free," is the ones that couldn't cut it to play. Yeah. See, you barely made the team. You weren't no star. That's why you would play for free, because this was the only glory you're going to get. Nigga, I'm going to the league. I didn't play it for free.
Right. And you know what? But I love it that Morehouse, a very respected black institution, they're doing it. They said because our kids are going to be, future congressmen, they're going to be,
right.
Future, Supreme Court justice judges. Like
That's right.
like good. So we need them to be students first and athletes whenever they can. So I think it's saying something. It's saying something. And again, I think what you're going to have is you're going to have a whole lot of players who are going to say, I'm not playing this season. I'm good. I need to make sure that I preserve me, because when the NFL called, like you said, Ruck, I'm about to make this million. I will be damned if I get sick and now I can't play forever.
Listen, you saw Malcolm Jenkins today. Malcolm Jenkins told them today. He said, "I don't know if I'm going back."
Right.
He said, because if you can't guarantee my safety, he said the NFL has over 2,500, maybe close to 3,000 players and staff and things like that. How you going to manage that?
Yeah,
not a good bet.
Nah.
Not a good bet. So again, giving Stephen A his credit, this is a sign of things to come. Again, I think it will be more so on a lower level for football, but unfortunately, the big boys won't learn until something really terrible happens. So we'll see. We lost him again. Oh, he got back on the jet. He got back on the jet.
Right.
Oh, no. He in the living room. My bad.
Yeah, I ain't had these problems in the jet. Yo. Come on, this is
Nah, you ain't had these problems in the jet.
I'm sorry, Rick, but I do want to get the Raymond Bennett comment. He says soon they'll tell the players not to say they have the virus, and which is that they're going to say, "No, listen, you don't have it, so we need you to say, hey, I'm good. You know what I mean? I'm good." And and like my lady said, she said, "Water boys will play for free." Talk to him, fellas. And excellent point by Raymond Bennett. He said the NFL couldn't control staff infection. Let me get my man some applause, man. That's what I'm saying. Some of these players, they have MRSA, and they get crazy infections. This, that. It's about players' safety. But again, I promise you, if this was off and you had players getting, the coronavirus, that Masters ain't happening. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I'll put it to you like this: let your other guys keep messing around and holding these team workouts, and let him get sick, and see what happens.
Exactly.
Because you see what the NFL said to them already. We highly recommend that you stop. And you see what TB12 said. Hey, let's go.
Right. Yeah. Let someone of the other persuasion get sick.
I don't care how many tomatoes he eats. Let that Rona get a hold of him.
He said like that.
See what happens.
That Rona get a hold of him. He said like that Rona.
Let that Rona get a hold of you.
And then guess what you gonna be saying? Turn him loose.
Hey, Chris, it's really gonna change his diet then. It's really gonna change his whole diet then. You better stop playing.
Yo, he gonna have a real diet. Listen, that damn diet gonna be different. It's gonna be different. But listen, fellas, man. I don't want to end, but I have to go because as you can see, private jet waiting for me. Internet acting crazy. Before we go, I do want to get Chris, man. What happened, man? What's up, man? What's up, man? Why the long?
Go ahead, nigga. Go ahead.
Go ahead. What happened, Chris? What I do this time?
That happened. Nah, man. You know what? I ain't even gonna let the hate see through today. Go ahead, man. And let me tell you something. You end it, yo. You end this podcast on anything but money bag, yo, nigga. We fighting. We is fighting.
Listen, don't threaten me with a good time.
Yo.
Okay. had to go back in the jet because everything was spinning in the regular house, man. Broke niggas around.
He moved back, yo.
Take it, man. I was trying I was trying to be like regular people, but me and Mark Cuban, we got things different. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying.
Hey, be careful. He in Texas.
Nah, but he cool though.
Right.
Like,
listen, they got big women, churros, and Rona.
Listen, we good, man. We good.
Churros.
We good. So, Ruck, man, before we go, man, could you give us a parting word, man, like you do every week, man, please, brother.
Yo, as normal people, like in this week's little version of Say Word. So here's the thing: we've been talking about what we need to do to continue to stay prepared and come out of Rona with something different. I know a lot of people have probably been going through, but what I will say this week is, listen. You need the people that are going to doubt you to push you to your success, right? So the quote for this week is, listen, you will because they say you won't. You will because you say they won't. Use the haters' motivation, man. And trust me, you got to understand that the doubt that you have, the people that are around you that are naysayers, they pushing you that way because they see something special in you. So keep grinding, keep pushing. And you will because they say you won't. Again, like we always talk about, people think big, man, and most of all, just be easy.
Listen, man. On that,
Chris, if you put it on, I'm done.
No.
If
it ain't money bag, yo. If it ain't money bag, yo.
Chris, I'm gonna wait just like this. Look, I'm gonna give him my big baby Davis joint.
Listen, man. Listen. Thanks again for tuning in to another edition. Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast. I'm your boy Private Jet Quet.
I'm your boy Chris G.
And it's your boy The Work Report, Jersey.
We good, man. We out.
Fuck it, I'm paid. Lil' A be the body, he fresh out the cage. I'm still minimum wage. They trying to keep up, so they stalking my page. They do what I say, they trying to get saved. They line up for me. I told her get right, start acting your age. Can't believe you tried it, bitch.
You played.
Wanted a diamond choke as soon as her time was over. Bitch, you played. She wanna ride.
All right, y'all.
Told her her
Peace.
was close.
I gotta go back to LA.
She tried to show out and
I gotta drop this record.
like it's nothing. Bitch, you played. She must have